Hello. Food just arrived. What did you get to eat? Chicken quesadilla, rice, chips, and cheese. That sounds delicious. Cheese everywhere. At least they didn't slack on the cheese. What am I doing today? I hadn't really decided yet. I think I'm probably going to work on the sky a little bit. Try to get some things squared away here. Probably work a little bit on some probably work on the scoreboard here a bit. The macro Linux clients for this yet? Not officially. I think it only supports Windows right now while it's in the beta. But I'm pretty sure the plan is for it to be on everything when it launches. That includes like consoles and things like that too. But I think for the beta, it's Windows only. I know there's a few people in the Discord that have gotten it to work on like a Steam Deck. I think there's a few people that have gotten it to work on Linux. So people in the community have figured some of it out. It's just not officially supported. Everywhere is going to be everywhere. There's definitely some wonkiness that goes on with this. I think we're probably just going to rebuild all of this. What all do I have in this group? Just bring all... No, what is... Why is that box part of that group? Is it not part of that group? Okay, no, it's not. I just had multiple things selected. So I think what we're gonna do here is we're just going to get rid of this high score altogether. And we're gonna do something else for the high scores. I don't know if I'm gonna do something else right now, but this is broken in the published version of the game anyways, and it just looks bad. So we're just gonna get it out of the way for now. Oh, did I ever get that keyboard thing working? Yes, and actually, I might hop over to that here later tonight. I don't remember if there's anything left. I think I just wanted to organize it a little bit better, and then publish it as a stamp. Alright, so what I would like to do here is, I think, going to be a similar thing to what I have going on over there. Let's get a... Now we want trigger volume. Put this trigger volume in here. Just kind of make it the size of this room. Now, the height doesn't really matter. My, using my emotes. I did make a bunch of them. So what I want to do here is we're going to make a new group out of this. We're going to call this the leaderboard. And then what we're going to do here is I just need, just go see what I had done over here real quick. Basically need this. So I think these are just player IDs. So yeah, we'll come over here. Player ID. Then I want slow my camera down a little bit because it's going crazy. I'm gonna do like that. Keep those spread out a little bit so I can see what I'm connecting to. I need the entering actor. Needs to go over there to that as well. See if I can do that from all the way up here. I don't think so. It didn't connect. So let's just see if we can do it this way. Select this. We'll select this guy. And no, I guess I can't do that. Actually, I need these guys, don't I? Let's do that. That's the issue. It's the entering one, the left one will be the exiting one. This is on exit. And then I just need on enter on the right one. Alright. Well, I can just come down here, do the rest of the work down here. I could have actually probably done events with that instead, but I don't mind doing it this way. I think I only need one. I actually don't think I'm saving the player ID at all over here. Oh, we're actually just going to steal some of this. Some of that over here. Then, oh, I didn't remove that from that group, so let me do that. We will just add all of this to this group. Hey, Drifter, what's going on? So this one here. So this one here. I don't think we need to worry about restricting this to one person at a time, which is what we are doing for that other one. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's what all of this gate logic over here is doing. Just watching some YouTube. Nice. Yeah, so this is just blocking players from being able to open it if it's already open. I don't really think I need to do that. I think I can just do this. So this should do, this is just UI stuff. So this should do is just show a little thing to tell you to press F to open the leaderboard when you're in the area. And then we'll build out the leaderboard. Let's make sure that's working. There's unfortunately no way around watching the cinematic at the beginning. So that might be something we get to as well. Ugh, I are way too much. I'm assuming you ate way too much. Okay, that looks pretty good. I think I need to make the whole thing a little bit wider. Put a little bit of space, more space between the F and the open leaderboard. So it looks pretty crammed in there. So that would be, make this like 215. Which means this probably needs to go yeah, I wish it was that easy to just put space in there. Oh, I gotta think. So if this is 15, so I'm gonna make this 220, because that's gonna make the math a bit easier. So it's basically, since it's centered, it's gonna go 10 on each side, which means this square, this padding right needs to go 10 more. So does this. And then this one's padding left. Maybe needs to only go 5 more. Or 5 less. So it's padding left. I don't know. Let's see. I'll be very excited when they add a way to live preview this UI stuff without having to go into the game. How does that look? That looks pretty good, I think. Oh yeah, the dev diary today was pretty good. Alright, so that looks pretty good. That's what I would like to do. I would like to do, I think, I don't know if they put this UI stuff. I really need to start using my hotbar down here because I don't use it at all, ever. Did they put the new UI stuff? Yeah, they did put the new UI stuff in here. So let's put those in there. They really need new icons for those too, but I think they said those are coming. So here's what I want to do. A player presses this. I'm going to show that for the player. Then what we're also going to do is for this one particularly, I think we're going to not hide, or we're not going to lock the player movement. So you'll be able to run in, open the leaderboard and move around, but then when you leave, it'll just close the leaderboard automatically. So let's make this some kind of color like that. We're going to do like 50% opacity. Where do I want this one? Maybe put it at the top here. I'll do like 500 by 300. No border. And then I don't want it right at the top, so we're just going to give it some padding. Yes, I am multi-streaming, although I did not look into the chat that's on screen over here. I think sometimes shows Twitch chat and sometimes shows YouTube chat. I'm not sure, but my last stream, it was weird. It was only showing like one at a time. I don't know what it's doing here. I didn't notice when you typed up there, but I didn't play around with it, so I don't know if it's working on both Twitch or YouTube on what's being displayed on screen here. So we have that. Then actually add this to this group, so let's do that. Okay, so I think I saw both YouTube and Twitch chat on the screen there. So I think it's showing both right now. Which is neat. So So what I need to do here is if you press this character, just the interact button, I also want to be a listen target to press X. X will close things as well. So then we'll just do like trigger node here. And if you press this, maybe I can just do this instead. I don't know if these are actually working, but can I just do... I can't get the player ID. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do things a little finicky, I think. Maybe I can just do it with a player ID node. Get the player ID, on press, activate that, pass the player ID back into that, and remove them from the listen target. So after you close it, it's no longer listening for you to press X. Then that can trigger the hide on that. So I'm going to test out a couple things here. These, yeah, they're not on the same grid there, so let's just shrink our grid. They're still not on the same grid. So can I just... I just do like this. Player ID reminds you of the... Yeah, I mean it's kind of the same thing, right? Just visual 3D blocks instead of Lua code. Alright. I'm gonna try to get these on the same grid so I can line them up like so. Not quite sure how they got off grid because I've tried to build everything on the grid just so everything will eventually line up, but it doesn't always work out, as you can see here. I don't think I can blame the game for that yet. That's probably more me than anything. What's this doing? I don't need that. Let's just get rid of that. Is this on? Okay, that looks like it's on the grid. I think all the stuff I added is on the right grid here. We're gonna keep this out for now. This and this can come over here. Like so. Then over here we'll just build out the leaderboard UI. So what should happen if this is working is if I walk into this box over here, it'll show the F for leaderboard thing. If I press F, the square should come up for the leaderboard. I think this text is still going to be there. So that I'll have to do something about that. And if this works, then I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna display the actual leaderboard. Hopefully, if I leave that area with the leaderboard up, it'll close it too. So if I come in here, F for leaderboard, press F, you can see the square at the top came up. If I leave the area, it goes away. I press X, it goes away. So yeah, that's working exactly how I want it to. You're gonna have to be careful about sitting in the chair. But that's okay. You can come in here and sit in the chair and look at the leaderboard. Okay, so that's working how I want it to work. No, so I have it set so when you leave the area, it automatically goes away. Or if you hit X, it'll go away. I was doing both. So what I would like to happen though is when this gets shown, these should get hidden. Let's see if I can. So you open this. All of these should hide for that player. Then if you press this, all of these should show again for this player. I may be a little concerned if there's like an edge case where you can like... No, I mean, I guess... Yeah, I'm wondering if there's an edge case where if you like hit X as you're walking out of the area, or walking out of the area will close these, but you pressed X so it reopens these if you can get stuck with that UI thing on the screen. But we'll do some testing and see. I want this to be a little bit darker. And then this is where it starts getting a little spaghetti. We're gonna do these. How big did I make this? 500 by 300. So, 500 by 300. If I want to put 2 columns in it, I could do 200 width columns, which leaves me 100 pixels, or 100 units. I don't know if it's pixels. I know I talked about this last time. For padding on the left and between and the right, which doesn't give me a good number that's divisible by 3. So if I want to get a good number, let's divisible by 3. Let me do 205. If I make this 205, I make this 205. Make sure these are on top. And so this is 500 across, so it's 250 each way. If I need it to be it's 250 each way, and this is 205. That's still not going to make very nice numbers, I don't think. I think I would need to do padding right of 15? No, that can't be right. This would be padding left of 15? I don't think that's accurate at all. Let's just see what that does. May need to make those a bit of a different color too, so I'm not sure if the opacity stacks or doesn't stack. It does stack. Yeah, I think I need that padding to be the 15 plus half the width of the thing. So 15 plus 102.5. This area reminds you of Phasmo. I can see it. I can see it, yeah. Alright, and then what we're gonna do here is instead of having this come out here, I don't need this to come out here. Those, I think. It's just whenever this happens, it can close these. This can just be my closed guy. Put another one over here. That'll be the open guy. This will just prevent some of the spaghetti. Yeah, I mean, I could see it. I can see how it's... I mean, I haven't played Phasmo in ages, but I could see how it looks similar. But yeah, that should hopefully clean up a little bit of the spaghetti, and that I don't need lines running from everywhere. If I need to open something, it comes through this one. If I need to close something, it comes through that one. So this needs to be 117.5. And this one needs to be 117.5. A whole new meaning to spaghetti code, absolutely. It's literal spaghetti. So we'll do like that. Oh, let's see. Let's see if that gives me what I'm looking for. They announced a new patch coming out next week that's going to have some neat things in it. Fixing a lot of bugs too with the current stuff, so that'll be neat. All right, that is pretty much exactly what I wanted. But now, I think I want to bring it down, the whole thing down, so it's not behind the round countdown or over it. And then I need to add some padding around those inner guys. So let's bring this whole thing down. Just gonna bring this down 100. This will be down 100. This will be down 100. But I think what I actually want is this to be down 115, and this one to be down 115. And then this height, instead of 330, we'll do 270. So that should push it 15 pixels down and then make it 30 pixels shorter. So there's a 15 pixel gap on the top and the bottom. Which then keeps it from looking like it's flown over the edges. Hopefully it doesn't look too bad. Yeah. Still need to bring it down a little bit more because it's overlapping with the round countdown at the top there. Just a little bit. So this padding top was 100, make it 115. Make this 130 and 130. And we're also going to bring up the opacity on this some, so it's a little easier to see. is perfect. It's exactly at the bottom of the countdown, so it won't cover that. Where's the border at for this? Right there. So yeah, I can get the thing to stay open. A little press F for leaderboard. I was afraid of that. I mean, if I just go in there and leave, it goes away. So it's not like huge. You have to like intentionally try. Interestingly, it did not go away, so I broke that. Oh, I know exactly how I broke that. So I didn't reset this guy. To call that one to close things. And we're just going to make that fully black with the 75% opacity. And then I think the only thing left to do here is a handful of text guides. I don't know how many of these I'm going to need. So I'm not exactly sure. What all text I'm going to have to say. But I think the first thing is just going to be current stats, or current current stats, and then global leaderboard. These will be right at the top. So the padding top needs to be probably 130, maybe a little more than 130. Do like 140, 140. Then I would need this to be, I'm going to do the same thing, 117.5. This will be 117.5. We don't want this to target all players and auto start. I want this to be, let's keep it at 26 font for now. We are going to make it bold. And here, it's at 140. So then this would be like 160. This will be 160. But then, like this padding right needs to be like 200. This one's padding left needs to be 200. I'm gonna do highest round. Now this is current stats, so we're gonna do current round. And this one would be highest round. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, it's not, okay. I know the text is too big, so I need to shrink the font size. And its alignment's center, not center top. So let's fix that. Should be center top, center top, center top, center top. One of these. So let's bring this font size down to 20 for the title. Then we'll do 16 for the text. Let's see what that does. I feel like that text was very not aligned to where I would think it would be, even if it was aligned center. So I think there's something off with the alignments here. Okay, so current stats. It's the only thing that's in the right spot. I think the font sizes are still too big. And I need these to be so that way it puts them all on top. We're going to change this down to maybe 14 for the titles. I'll do 10 for these guys. Then how is it that current stats okay, that needs to be none. That's the problem with these guys. This extend mode needs to be none. Alright, let's try that. It'll be very nice when we can start customizing some of these settings with variables. All of this padding could just be mathed out. With the game instead of in my head. Okay. So that's close to what I wanted. What I need to do is okay, so I don't need the highest round on the global leader to go all the way to the end. I just need it to be at the beginning with some padding. I went a little too far on the current round because I went to the end of the window, not the end of the panel that it's in. So let's fix that real quick. I think it's too close to the top anyways, but padding right 200 is too much. It needs to be maybe like 160. And this one's padding left. Probably only needs to be like 30. I should go do the part where I can skip this intro, so I don't have to watch this every time. Alright. Highest round needs a little more padding. 30 wasn't good enough. Current round, maybe go like 5 more over. Then I need to bring both of them down. So this I'll do 165. Padding top I'll do like 175. This one here is padding top, I'll do 175, and this needs to go over quite a bit, so we'll just do like 65. I really just don't feel like doing the math to figure that one out. The text is always weird too, because I'm pretty sure, even though I'm saying it's left aligned text, the positioning of it is based off the center of the text, not the left or the right side of the text. Which I think is a little weird. So that looks pretty good. I need to go over a little more on the highest round just because it's not the same as current round. Yeah, so I think, I don't really know how to explain it, but like the text has a box that I don't know if I have control over how big that box is, but I can left align, center align, right align the text within that box, but then when I position it, it's based off the center of that box. Which means if you put dynamic text in there, it's not always going to line up the way that you think it is, I think. I know it works that way with the AR text because I've run into that a lot. I don't know if I've played around with this text enough to know that it does the same with this text, but I imagine it probably does. Look at this Jones guy. He comes in here and just farts. Alright. 65. 75 might be too much. I might just want to do 70, but we'll see. And then I will test this theory right now. You blame Archie. Archie can't get in chat. Sorry. Did I do that? Yeah, this guy needs to close that one, not open it. So yeah, what I'm gonna do here to test this theory, padding left for this one needs to be more. So we'll put this at like 150. Padding right needs to be less. So we'll put this at, what did I do? 75 difference. So I'll do the same. I'll put this one at 90. And they both just show the number 1. So like it will show highest round and then a number after it. And then I'm gonna get that aligned the way that I want it. And then I'm gonna go change that number to like 100 and see if it throws the alignment off. So then I'll know offhand if that's gonna be an issue and try to position it accordingly. I don't think anyone is ever gonna get to round 100 in this game anyways. But I can probably make it to where we're up to round 999 fits well in there without looking too bad. Alright, so both of those, I'm probably I mean, let's see. Let's see what it does when I change that value. I'm not too angry about the way that that looks. See how it looks with 999 in there. If that doesn't look too bad, we're just going to leave it like that. Yeah, I think that's good. We're gonna leave it just like that. But now what we're gonna do is instead of setting that value, I'm gonna grab so this stuff, yeah. Let's grab this guy, grab this guy, remove these from that group, bring these over here, add these to this group, and then what I would like to do is this one is the highest round. Which is this guy. I need to convert the number to a string. So So I can do like this on value updated, update that with that text. Make sure this has received notification. And then what we're also going to do is, those aren't on the same grid again, which is kind of annoying. I want on online value ready to also update that. So when the game starts and it fetches this value, we'll set that text. Then anytime it's updated, we'll set that text. What I don't know, because I think there's not enough people playing this game right now. But because this is a per arc online variable, this should get updated by any instance of the game out there. So if like 4 different groups of people are playing, there's 4 different instances. Whenever one of them gets to the highest wave achieved and it updates this value, I'm hoping it pushes that through to all sessions. And they would get that update, and then the leaderboard would update. So you would see a live update of whoever's got that highest value. I don't have like a position or like a size for the text area. So that's kind of something I might mention as well. So like here I can set the size of the box. I mean, it's a shape, so obviously I have to set the size. It would be nice if I could set the size of the text and the text would just wrap within those bounds. Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw that as a feedback thing in the Discord. Just need to get the devs to watch my stream. And they would just hear it. So then the next thing I want to do over here so this is going to be the same as this. Padding here needs to be 75. 75, but then it needs to go down. What did I do? 35. So let's do 35. Let's not do 35. Let's just do 25. Put that down to 200. And this will be like players. I think currently I have it saying Eutropians. That's just what the players are called in this game. And this one, do the same thing. What is that? 150. Then I'll hook up this variable to it. We'll do the same thing on value updated, on online value ready. This should be the list of names of the people that currently hold that high score. And I'm hoping because I already have the logic in place that keeps track of these values. That I hope is working. I can do the same thing here. I don't remember what it's called, but I'm pretty sure I'm setting it over here somewhere. Is that one of these guys? Highest, no, that's where the high scores get set. Highest wave, highest wave, highest wave. Round, current round. So let me just grab a copy of this guy, bring it over here. And then I can do hopefully the same thing with this little guy. Convert the number to a string. This is a per arc offline variable. So I should just have to do on update that, because this just keeps track of what the current round of the game is. That doesn't need to be stored online. So let's get that. Alright, let's get those lined up on the same grid there. Shrink this up some. Alright. So we'll do that. And let's let's go see if this is working. We're going to look and see if scoreboard shows. It's not showing the right numbers. And you see how Eutropians isn't as far over as highest round, even though I gave them the same padding, and it's because that text is centered within some box. And the position's based on the center of it, not the side of it, which I think needs to be changed. Because, I mean, there's, other than trial and error, like, I don't know how wide each one of those characters are. To be able to math out the width of it. So I can control the font size. Holy shit, where did all these guys come from? Yes, I was absolutely being shot at. So I'm curious why. I guess I didn't even pay attention here. Yeah, why is this text? Well, this probably... Why is this text not being set? Update. Now let's just get rid of the placeholder. Let's do a multiplayer test. I thought they fixed it in the last patch, but previously the advanced variables didn't work well if you weren't in multiplayer mode. I just realized this truck's here in the screenshot back here, but it's not in the map anymore. Alright, let's see. It's not showing any values in there right now. I would like to see when the round starts. It's still not showing the current round. I know that value is updated because this menu, round 1, with the remaining enemies, works off of that value, so I know that value is correct. And go do my damage upgrades. The next round started, and it's still not showing the values in there at all. So let's try to figure that out. First thing I want to check is to make sure variable name round, variable name, variable name. So many logs in there. If I log anything, I'm not going to be able to see it. So what I'm going to do instead is all of this. I'm just going to duplicate. I'm just going to set all of these to always be on, just so they're on the screen all the time. Let's see what's going on there. It's going to be no bueno if those values don't update because they're not visible. I guess it's not that big of a deal. I just have to get the values when you open the UI versus just expecting them to automatically be there. Not sure why it says Eutropians twice. How has the current setup been working? Well, how much screaming are you hearing? If the whole stream you've only heard one, then it's working pretty good. And I do think that when I switch to the new mic, it'll be even better. So yeah, none of these values are showing on the screen at all. So I gotta figure out what's going on here. I don't know why. That's why I was saying Eutropians twice. This here on update. I'll put a text. Do I need to put the player ID here too for to update for that player? That's gonna be a bit silly if I need to do that. I don't recall having to do that for other UI stuff. Oh, yeah, this is spaghetti, but this is the workshop logic, or the UI for the workshop. I'm just trying to think, when I update values in here, yeah, I'm not passing a player ID in every time I update the value there, so I don't see why I would have to here. But we're gonna try anyways, just to see. I am calling the update. try that once more. And the workshop is a little different because everything that's showing in there is specific to the player that is looking at it, which is why I only allow one player to open it at a time. I guess for an arc-wide advanced variable, there is no player ID. So I feel like that's not going to do anything. See, round 1 here, so I know that value has a 1 in it right now. So probably what I'm going to need to do then is I'm going to have to change these to just be on get update. This one will be the same thing. On get update. And then this one on get update. And then what I will just have to do is oh, you know what? So this one wasn't updating because I didn't have this checkbox checked. I'm going to check that over there so I can test that. Let's put this one back to on value updated. Check that so it receives a notification. That's the offline one. These two are online ones. Alright, let's see that. See if that at least gives us the current round in the UI. Alright, so current round is currently showing a number. Why it's showing 0. Is questionable. When this one shows 1. But when the round starts, I don't remember if the round increases before or after the countdown starts in the code. So let's see if, yeah, alright, so it went up when the round actually started. So I must be doing some logic on that to make it default to round 1 on that menu. Really more curious about is if I get to round 2, does it fill out the highest round? I need to remove those decimal places as well. Problem is, I don't know if I can get to round 2. Get good. I definitely did not make this intending to be a single player game mode. Why can I not shoot this guy? Run out of ammo here in a second. Okay, I can go refill my ammo. I know he was just standing there staring at my feet. Alright, there's 2 guys out there somewhere, but I'm just gonna heal up before I go find them. Yeah, they're both right there. Alright. We'll see when the current round updates. If it updates the highest round side. No. If you press IDDQD, you'll get unlimited ammo. You know, I thought about putting like cheat codes and stuff in there. Alright, so this here, 0 decimal places, 0 decimal places. This guy works with the current round, which means this guy should work the current round. Yes, there's a lot of things I could do to scale it based on the number of players. It's actually all done here, I think. Yeah, so everything to do here is every time a round starts, it just maths out how many of each type of enemy to spawn. And I just have like a multiplier on there. So as the rounds go up, it spawns more guys. And then I believe I have up here, so each type has a base health. And then I do, yeah, each type has a base health, which again, I think back in this logic, maybe it's not that. Somewhere I'm calculating how much health they should have too. What's this guy? Yeah, so right here I'm calculating how much health they should have. So each round, their health is calculated based on the current round number, and how many of each type is spawned is calculated based on the round number. So I could add to that to also factor in how many players are in the game. So yeah, there is I think it's get all players, which will just give me the list of player IDs of everyone that's in the game. I can just do like a get list length off of that to get the length of that list to know how many players are in the game. So then I would have that number to factor into that math, which I've thought about doing. I just haven't. I would still think, though. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things you can do. Some things you just kind of have to go a little roundabout on how to do it or how to get there. So this is my logic that's supposed to be pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much exactly it. So highest wave players and highest wave achieved is set during this logic. It's basically just checking if the round you've gotten to is higher than what the current highest wave value is. I just have no idea why it's not coming over here. Highest wave players, highest wave achieved. They both have received notification on update checked. All of those into there. And then what I think I'm gonna do is just do like every 2 seconds. We're just gonna get this value. These are arc wide, so I don't need a player ID. That's not gonna be the final solution there. I just want to make sure that that's feeding into these right. Now you want spaghetti? I got a whole bunch of spaghetti in this arc. But maybe it's the final countdown. I need to get that on a button over here so I can just play that song on demand. You know, I did that repeat node, but I don't think I have anything actually starting that repeat node. No, Jones, that's mom's spaghetti. Yeah, so I need something to start this, so we're just gonna do on start. So that over there, suddenly I'm not snapping to the grid anymore either, which is no bueno, because now it's not on the same grid, but oh well. Hopefully this will at least show the numbers, and I'll know that it's an issue with getting the value and not an issue with the UI stuff itself. I did just notice that I don't think my stream UI is updating, because I'm pretty sure both Magi and Maya resubscribed, but it's still showing Jones as the newest sub. So maybe that doesn't count resubs? I don't know. Okay, so the one value loaded when I did that, but the other one didn't. Your money has less value now. No, I just need a box on the other side for the most recent resub. So why does the name show up? Not the number. Very confused. Get value. Make sure there's no like white space in here somewhere. Shouldn't be, because I just copied it. So what we're gonna do here is let's just get rid of all of this. When this is opened, we're gonna get that value, and we're gonna get that value. So those to update on get. And I'm gonna try that out. Trying to get over the flu. That's no bueno. so this still currently isn't showing any of the values correctly. Just curious if when it updates, if the one updated in there, the current round, which is, I guess, fine that it's not there to begin with. I can probably just put a default value of 1 in there. But the stuff on the other side is really kind of annoying that it's not showing up there. Oh yeah, you can see in the logs, I still haven't logging out the health of each type as well. I'll eventually get rid of those logs, but I don't think you can open the log menu in the published version of the game, so it really doesn't matter. Those are my elite tactics for beating the round. Just stand in the health orb. See if that highest round updates here. I'm gonna guess no, it doesn't, but yeah, I don't know. Why those values aren't showing up. Curious if that's some kind of bug with the game right now. Or it could just be because it's not the published version of the game, that the online variables aren't working as expected. But I think that's pretty good progress for right now. Yeah, I mean, the whole advanced variable stuff is sort of new. It was one of the first things they've added in the beta. But there's definitely been a lot of issues with them. So I'm not really sure why. I'm not getting values out of these right now. But yeah, I think that's pretty good progress. We got rid of this leaderboard thing that was really just hackish and thrown together. And the AR text doesn't really work that well, just in general. So we got rid of that. Started making this new one. And yeah, I think it's probably where we're going to end things at. Next stream, I'll probably look at this here. is the logic for the intro cinematic. So we're going to look at this and see about letting players exit out of this intro with some key and probably put a little UI thing that says press X to skip or something like that. So we'll look at doing that next time. I'm going to come in here and make sure that I save a new version here. And we're going to go back and take a quick look at that keyboard that I was making just to show where it's at. Before we hop off. So this was our keyboard. It's a whole lot of spaghetti as well. But I think that's the one thing I'm gonna scrunch all this together before I publish it. But pretty much I just hooked it up here. So when you come up to this screen, I can bring up the keyboard. I can type a name in here. I can hit enter, and you can see up there at the top I put my name. If I want to be Magi instead. Now I'm Magi. So it is functional, it does work. No, unfortunately you can't click the keys. You have to use the arrow keys to navigate around. Because they've not given us a way to bring the mouse up in game. So you just have to navigate it with the arrow keys, which is a little annoying, but I mean, it's what we have available today. But yeah, I'll hopefully, I don't know, maybe next stream, if I have time, I'll look at getting that bundled up, make a stamp out of it, and publish that keyboard so people can start using it. But yeah, a lot of spaghetti in there. But yeah, I think that's going to be it. Just going to wrap up the stream here. So, thanks everyone for coming out. Anyone that's still watching. I'm usually terrible about doing this, so I'm going to go see if there's anyone else streaming this game, which there's not. Every once in a while I see somebody in there, so if there ever is, I need to check so I can, support them, send them a raid or something. But yeah, thanks for coming out. And I will hopefully be here Saturday morning. But yeah, that's the plan right now, Saturday morning. So see you all then. Thanks for coming out. And still don't have an ending stream screen. So maybe I'll have that by Saturday too. But yeah, thanks for coming. See you guys next time.